We about to get into it. So this one is titled Outdated Gangsters. A lot of y'all so-called, you know, real individuals, what y'all want to say, right? A lot of you real individuals. Let me loosen this up a little bit, get comfortable. We're gonna be here for a little bit. A lot of y'all real street individuals, right? Gang this. You know what I'm saying? Mob ties that. You know what kills me about a lot of these so-called gangsters, right? Especially in today's generation. They want to talk about, you know, don't disrespect me, huh? Loyalty, we family. Really? But soon as somebody say something you don't want to hear, right? Soon as you say something that they feel that's out of bounds, right? They come back and hit you with, hey, don't make me have to force my hand, huh? Don't make me have to, you know what I mean? You need to tread lightly, right? But we supposed to be family, right? Mob ties this, YSL that, huh? Gang this, gang that. But you want to be quick to say, especially, I'm not gonna say old because you got some young folks too. Because if you so much of a gangster, why you gotta come to the internet? Why you gotta be on these different social media platforms letting people know how gangster you are, like the feds are not, they can't get access to these records. Yeah, it's on some type of DSP, some type of server, but it can be accessible. So how gang are you really? Huh? That's what I want to know. And I hope my young individuals out there, if you really paying attention, look at how some of these dudes out here that's supposed to be, you know what I mean, mob tie this or how gangster they are. Look at their movements out here, man. And ask yourself, do you want to be a part of that? Do you see anything that's beneficial for you in that? Because right now, yeah, okay, it's cool. Like I said in a lot of other my videos, all my videos kind of tie into each other. So, you know what I mean? Because I'm not here to bring you the fluff. Do you feel me? So my thing is this. A lot of these so-called gangsters is outdated, man. They outdated because you go into these different social media sites expressing what you may have to do to an individual, right? You want to make sure people get certain messages from you, right? You don't want to be disrespected, but you being disrespectful by going to the internet, right? No, I understand you can't control others and how they act, but if you so call a real street dude, right? You so call, you know what I'm saying, a real shot caller out there, right? Why do you have to come back on the internet and express your gangsterness though, right? Because from my understanding, in that type of land and in that type of, you know what I'm saying, world, gangsters supposed to move in silence. That's what I was always told. And I'm not a gangster. I'm not a gangster. I'm not a street dude. I'm not a shot caller. All I do is work at corporate jobs and build myself up and build my family up with the work that I put in. So how about you? Huh? Are you doing that for your community? Because you can't say you a gangster, especially don't tell me you pushing peas out there, right? How is that beneficial for your community, dog? You know what I'm saying? If you a slider, okay. Do you go to the shooting range so you make sure you hit the correct aim? Or do you spray everything and destroy your community as well? Do you feel me? Huh? That's what I want to know, right? Since you so gang, right? You so mob ties, right? You YSL, right? But what you doing to your community, man? What you doing for your community, man? Other than showing them a whole bunch of negativity. Other than showing them if you get out of line, you get this, you get violated, right? Right? So how is that beneficial? It's beneficial to you and whatever you claiming, right? But to everybody else, what does that do? I'll wait. Do you feel me? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of those ways and ideologies and I'm a real ninja, I'm a real this, I'm a real that. How real is it really? And on top of all that, if somebody do check in with you, how safe are they really? Because if you look at current history, I'm not going to speak on it. I don't need to anymore with the Amigo situation. I'm not going to even discuss his name no more because it's just disrespectful at this point. You know what I'm saying? But you're supposed to be so much of a mob tie guy, right? It's all about the family, right? But what do the family really protect? Just themselves? What does the family really do? Because from what I see, I don't know any of these people, but what I can see on the internet and what actions have been shown, I don't know what checking in do to a degree. Now I understand there's levels to everything. So I'm not a fool out here. I understand. If you got certain people that you deal with and you feel comfortable, hey man, and you don't mind putting your life in their hands, that's on you. I put my hands up. But you gotta ask yourself, if these so-called real gang or street dudes or mob tie this, how are you really protected? And what are they really doing for their community? Other than terrorizing and watching multi-million dollar people get killed. Do you feel me? I'm not here to bring you the fluff. And the one beautiful thing about my channel, hey man, I'm independent. I'm not connected to nobody. I don't have favoritism for nobody. All I'm here is to hopefully innovate and some type of way be an inspiration for those who get the message or get the understanding that I bring on this mic. Do you feel me? I'm not here to bring you the fluff. A lot of these dudes, they want to claim that they real, and you know what I'm saying? What are you really real about? Because all I see is you being real for your family. I see you being real for the people, closest to you. But what are you doing for the ones that you're supposed to protect, huh? In your community, huh? What you really doing for them? Huh? Like for real though. That's how I look at it. Like, don't tell me how much of a gangster you are when you can't even protect your own community. Don't tell me how real you are when you're not really helping people out in your community and really trying to elevate the people around you. So what's the point of being a gangster, huh? Just to terrorize your own community? Just to tear down your community? And if you in a gang, right? If you in a gang, I thought the gangs were supposed to protect the community. You know what I'm saying? I'm in my 40s, man. So what gang era was the best era? Because any era of gang that I experienced or that I did research on, when was the crime rate low? And so gang area, gang activity, mob tie this. When was it safe for average, regular working people in your community? I'll wait. Do you feel me? You know what I'm saying? People be killing me, man. These folks be killing me, man. All on the internet, right? You a gangster, but you all on the internet telling them how much a gangster you are and what type of warning shots you trying to give out to tell these folks, right? But I thought gangsters move in silence, man. I thought gangsters did action, not talking, man. Right? Right. Do you feel? You know what I'm saying? Because for me personally, I grew up in those low poverty areas. I grew up on Section 8 housing, HUD housing, huh? Getting them food stamps, them WIC vouchers. I know about that. But just because I grew up that way doesn't make me that environment. Just because I grew up in a certain type of environment doesn't mean that's what I'm supposed to be. I always wanted more for myself because when I start looking around at a lot of these individuals, it's so supposed to be called real, You know what I'm saying? Real dudes, you know, street mob ties, whatever they want to call themselves, because I'm not coming at nobody directly, but it is direct. Do you feel me? But like I said, when I was coming up, I grew up in a, like I said, low income housing. You know what I'm saying? Single mother in the house, 5 kids, and none of my brothers is in jail. And my sister is not, she not twerking on the gram, man. So what can you really tell me? Huh? So that's what I don't get, man. You know what I'm saying? I do not get it. So when I look at all these dudes who talk all this gang talk, what are they really ganging for? Because from what I see, it's just a few individuals that's getting the residuals off what they doing while everybody else being terrorized. Do you feel me? Like I said, man, I'm not here to bring the fluff. And if you're new to my channel, understand this. All I bring to you is nothing but good game, good conversation, good motivation, and hopefully some type of inspiration. Do you feel me? You know what I mean? I'm a little different than most, though. I promise you that. You know what I'm saying? I'm different than most, but I always try to give you something that'll make you think a little bit different, move a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? And if you in that lifestyle and you looking to get out, keep watching me, man. And if you're already in position, just know you into your greatness and keep being great out there, man. That's what I push. Do you feel me? You know what I mean? All this reckless out here, man. All these dudes out here and individuals out here is way outdated, man. You're supposed to be so hard, so gangster, but you all on the internet, you on the gram, you on all these different platforms trying to send warning messages. I thought gangsters move in silence, man. I thought gangsters was doers, man. Of lately, look like y'all just talkers, man. You just look like y'all just want to make it look good, right? Then you want to come out and say, "Oh man, we ain't never had nobody come at us." That's a shot. Okay, I promise you, that was a direct shot on that one. If you know, you know. Hey, what can I say? But I don't get it, man. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? And if you claiming your street corner stop sign front porch, tell me what era was the best era. Tell me what era was the most gangster era, and I'll tell you the highest crime in that community era. That's what I could tell you. So don't never come to me and tell me about, oh man, we real over here. Really? What do you consider real? Killing your people? What do you consider real? Terrorizing your community? What do you consider real? Not helping or building up or trying to create opportunity for people in your community in a positive way? Do you feel me? I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and check out a lot of my other content on here because that's all I bring to you is nothing but good conversations, huh? So just tap in with me, rock with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm worth your watch. I'm worth your listen if you want to. But seriously, just ask yourself. I'm not asking you to believe everything I say, but just look at the actions of individuals and what they do. Because I'm that type of guy where don't just tell me something. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I got a 4-year-old and I got a 19-year-old, both girls. And what I hate the most is when you give me excuses or you tell me why you couldn't do something. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to my kids, don't give me excuses. You know what I'm saying? And as adults, you don't have an option for excuse. You can't tell your rent man, you can't tell the PG&E people, "Oh man, I can't afford to pay this right now. Can you stall me out for 3-4 months?" They gonna be like, "What? We finna get a final warning letter. If you don't pay this, we about to shut this shit off." So I say that to say this. Measure people on their actions, not their words. Because if their only thing they just telling you is how you know how they do certain things, but you don't see no actions involved, They outdated, man. They outdated. You know what I'm saying? It's like you working on an iPhone 7 and what we on almost 16. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? You outdated, man. And all that gang activity that you putting on these social media sites, you see what YSL's dealing with. You see what Young Thug is when they looking at them phone calls, right? Because if let me give you a little bit of the tip if you don't know this already. Anything you put on these social media sites, even if you delete them, they have a way to get into those files and still pull up a deleted video, a deleted post, a deleted text. Yes, it's still accessible in some type of way that you can access. Do you feel? So how gang are you? Huh? How much of a mob tie is you? And I guess it don't matter because all these real so-called gangsters, they don't mind putting out all the information on the internet. So I guess they ready for whatever, right? And don't tell me how much of a real dude you are. Cause if you show me 10 or 20 of your hardest dudes out of your clique, I guarantee you at least 5 to 7 of them is going to snitch, man. What are you talking about? Do you feel me? That's why I always say, man, I don't matter where you're working at. I don't matter where you work. Just are you working, man? Are you trying to put yourself in position? Because whether you have kids, whether you have loved ones, you want to take care of yourself. Don't choose that crime life. And if you do choose it, understand what that comes with. Accept the terms and conditions of that. Because just like how when you get your cell phone, you're on your internet, you're on your social media sites, there's a terms and conditions. There is a terms and conditions of all the actions that you do, whether you accept it or not. You can go out there and do a crime tomorrow. And when the police come knocking, hey man, hey, we got you on camera for doing these crimes. You got to do this time. Go ahead and accept that. Don't get the snitching. Since you so hard, right? Since you so gangster, right? Since you so gang, right? Sit on your hands and do that time. Why you snitching and crying? Saying nobody put no money on your books, man. You can't get no oodles and noodles. You do the crime, go ahead and do your time. What are you complaining for? You a gangster. You know what I mean? What you worrying about people snitching? That's part of the game, right? Don't worry about people dying. That's part of the game. That's what you signed up for, right? You signed up for you to either go to jail for life or get killed. That's what you signing up for when you get into these activities. If you're not willing to do that, then why get into it? If you're not built for it, don't even accept it. It's like what they say in the pen from what I heard, right? Because I ain't never been in the penitentiary. I ain't finna lie to y'all on this. You know what I'm saying? But what if they slide you something, you supposed to slide it back. And if you in prison, somebody slide something in your cell. If you accept it, that means you accept their terms and conditions. So if you're not willing to accept that, you better slide that back, man, and say, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just do it however I'm doing it. That's the same thing when it comes to all this mob ties. Cause once you accept that, that means you're supposed to sit on your hands and do whatever time it takes. Because real gangsters is either dead in jail, man. Do you feel me? Come on, man. Everybody want to look at the happy times. Everybody want to look at oh, I'm balling right now. We taking trips here. We flying over there. Yeah, that's cool, man. But when them feds come knocking, when they come hit you with that Rico, right? When they come and tell you, hey, 20 of your homies snitch, don't have your head all on the desk in court, man. Go ahead and sit up. Put your chest out, man. Accept that. This is what you signed up for. Do you feel me? This is what you signed up for. So don't whine now. Don't be mad at the conversations that you had recorded because you want to call or you want to send a text or you all on these social media sites. Don't get mad when they use that evidence, those videos as evidence in court, man. Don't just go ahead and accept it. Know what I'm saying? Oh, and if somebody is trying to get after you because you killed their brother, you killed their sister, you set their partner up, and they come to kill some of your family members, accept that. That's what you signed up for. Don't complain now. Don't be out here on these social media sites now. Accept that. That's why I say individuals like myself personally, you know what I'm saying, that grew up in a negative environment but chose a different path. That's gangster to me. That's gangster to me. When somebody say, hey, man, yeah, I can do this for you, but I don't want to face that time. So I'm not going to do that. And why is it for most people, not all, when you in those gang areas, right? When you in that gang area and you decide not to do what they want you to do, how do they treat you after that? Do they start beating you up every day if you're a youngster because you don't want to join their gang? Do your family get harassed because you won't claim that block? Huh? Do the mob ties try to extort you because you don't want to be affiliated? Do you feel me? I don't get it, man. I do not get it. You know, unless you're willing to accept that time, don't do it. If you're not looking to die for that or do life for that, don't get involved. I know. I see how they rolling. They rolling fat, right? They got nice stuff, right? They wet out here, man. They dripping, huh? They got their jewels on bigger than my shit, you know what I mean? I get it. You feel me? But I didn't have to rob nobody for nothing I have though, man. I don't have to look over my shoulders trying to figure out who did I, do a jukes to when they coming after me. Now I understand, of course, things do happen. You can be in the wrong place, wrong time. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying that you directly involved with criminal activity, so you can't even just go to the, you know what I'm saying, local grocery store, huh? You gotta have a chopper or have some goons with you, right? Just to go wash some clothes. And first of all, if you balling so hard, why is you going to the wash house anyway? That's a sidebar. Huh? Why you going to the grocery store, man? You should have somebody go get that since you balling so hard. Because my understanding, if you get associated with all these criminal activities, it should be money rolling in, right? Don't tell me a dude at a regular job make more money than you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a hood dude, but I ain't broke either, bruh. And I make way more than what they say the average is, 30 to 50,000. I'm probably like triple that. So, hey, man, if you really a go-getter about your life and you willing to make them sacrifices in the right way, just imagine the success you would have. Imagine the opportunity you will have if you're not affiliated with any of that where you don't get a criminal record. See, they don't tell you that part. They don't tell you that if you keep a clean face out here, if you keep a clean face out here, imagine the opportunity you get. Now, if you're not familiar with the keeping a clean face, you got to go back and watch a lot of my other videos. I give you all this game, man. My subscribers, y'all already know. But if you keep a clean face out here, you keep pursuing what you're trying to get after, in my opinion, you will have success. Everybody's success is different, just like everybody's struggle is different. But long as you stay motivated, dedicated, have discipline, you will get there. Do you feel? You will get there. But it's all up to you and what you choose to do. You know what I'm saying? Because me on the outside looking in on a lot of this criminal activity, or you know what I'm saying, that activity, I don't see the value in it personally. Everybody want to talk about high value this, high value that. I don't see the positive. At least I don't see it high enough for me to consider doing negativity. I don't see that. I don't see why I would want to be associated with your gang, your mob ties, when you can't even protect multimillionaires. Just saying. I don't see why I need to claim your street block stop sign and you not even taking care of my family if I go to jail or yet get killed. So ask yourself, how gang are you? And if you accept those type of terms and conditions, understand what you're signing up for. You know? Because I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just either here to tell you what I would not do, and hopefully something I'm saying will motivate you to consider doing things differently. But if you want to do it, hey, but the choice is yours. I'm just here to give you the chips, and you choose how you want to play. You know what I'm saying? Because when I talk about game, I'm not talking about nothing. Can't even say it right. I'm not talking about nothing to manipulate you, or to take advantage of you, or to make you see it just one type of way. I'm here to give you the whole play, and you decide what works for you. Because I will never tell no one man or a man what to do unless you ask for my opinion on that. But I'm just here to give you all the chips, man, based on my experiences and things I went through and things I have seen. Do you feel? You know? Because this don't make sense. You got dudes in their 60s still hollering mob ties. And, if things go bad, they really ready to do something drastic. I'm trying to figure out why somebody almost 70 still talking about some gangster activity. Because unfortunately, as you get older, man, your body is not like a youngster no more, man. You don't heal like a 20-year-old. You don't heal like a 30-year-old when you pushing 70. Do you feel? So I don't get it. I do not get it. You know? And it's a shame, you know, when I think about the you know what I mean, the mob ties and Jay Prince and them. It's a shame that they have to have a dude almost 70 years old speak up for his grown kids, man. And I'm not coming at nobody directly. I'm just speaking on the facts and what's presented into the public. I don't know nothing private. I only know what everybody else know what's presented on the social media. You know? So ask yourself, how gang are you? And what you not really willing to do. Because you have the option. And don't tell me you didn't have a choice unless you were unless they was extorting you, or if they, you know what I mean, abused you into forced you into doing something. You had a choice if it wasn't those type of situations. Unless it was forced, you made that decision, you know? Because don't tell me, oh man, I grew up in a certain environment. I didn't have a choice. No, you had a choice. You just didn't like your options. That's what the choice was. You didn't like the options that was presented. You didn't want to work. You didn't want to work them low end jobs and build yourself up. No, you don't want to go to school. You don't want to learn a trade. Okay. So you just see somebody hanging on a corner, packing his ass full of crack. Oh man, that's the right. I think I'm gonna choose that path. I'm gonna swallow balloons full of dope so I can bubble until I come up. Out of date ass gangsters, man. They out of date, man. 'Cause ain't nobody talking about Ain't nobody talking about selling weed no more. We got weed dispensaries, bro. What you gonna be, a distributor? That's a different thing. You know what I mean? And most people I know, you know what I'm saying? If they not getting their drugs from a prescription, man, they had the cannabis stuff. Now all that other stuff, I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? But I don't hear nobody talking about they selling weed standing on a corner somewhere, man. uh, you know what I'm saying? You go to dispensaries for that, man, especially in the Bay Area, man. And if you talking about something hardcore, hey, I don't know that world, man. I couldn't tell you. I don't know where. Do you feel me? But nah, you got to really ask yourself out here, man. Is it really worth it? Is it really worth it? Cause bet you want to be a gangster. Okay, so go ahead and be gangster. Be a gang, whatever that is, right? What happens to your family, man? So you gang, you got to do time. Who supports your family after that? Especially y'all dudes who so gangster. You got your click name tattooed, your click, whoever you clicked up with. You got that tattooed on your neck, on your hands, all on your arm. When you got to sit on your hands and do that time in prison, who gonna help your family, man? I say it's family, right? Because from my experience, yeah, they'll probably help your family for a little while, maybe a year or two. But by that third or fourth year, start looking bleak. You don't get them care packages. You don't get them oodles and noodle boxes anymore, man. And your baby mama, it's hard for her to pay her bills, man. It ain't like you had a pension or something she can pull from, like if you worked a regular job. You know what I'm saying? Did you even have life insurance? If something did happen to you, you passed away, are they able to, since you was out there risking your life, nobody thought about putting insurance on you? Just saying. But you do all that time in prison, right? You did all that time in prison. You did 20 years, 10 years. When you get out, what do your mob or gang have for you? I'll wait. Do you feel me? What do they have for you? So you did your time. You did 20 years. You get out and you going back to the same hood, same poverty area that you went to jail for. You get out 20 years later, you put back in the same crap bucket. You go back to the same elements that put you in there. So what's the point of you being a gangster? I guess that's just low budget gangsters, right? You big time, huh? You Tony Montana, huh? You get it out. You get it in blood, right? Let's see how that money hold up when you face in real time. If you don't believe me, go ask the real Freeway Ricky Ross from LA. Go do your Googles on that. He went to jail and he wasn't even fancy. The interview I seen that he did on Vlad years ago, he was talking about how before he went in, he set up some of his folks, with houses and different things. And when he got out of prison, I think he did almost 30. When he got out, did nobody have no money left for him, man? Didn't have no houses for him. If they had the house that he gave to him, they was able to finesse, get his name off of it because he a criminal, and they own it. So they didn't even have nothing for him when he got out, and he the one that put him in a position. Do you feel me? So I say again, and also I do want to say this. I do apologize. On my last video I did, how gang are you? For some reason, I did not turn my mic on. I apologize for that. So if that audio on my last video, if it's janky, I apologize. That was me. So Sean B. Stoller, to whoever watched this and then watched my last video, I apologize. I may take it down. But yeah, I did not turn the mic on, but I made sure I have it on tonight. I'm making sure everything is plugged up. I got a little mix board here, so everything is going tonight. But yeah, that don't make no sense, man. You tell me. What's the point? What's the point, man? And don't tell me, oh, be down with us because we'll protect you. If you couldn't protect a multimillionaire, how you gonna protect a little guy like me? I'm just saying, man. I mean, that's a valid question. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of all that, when that man lost his life, where's the real remorse? Since it's such a family, right, Jay Prince? Since y'all such a family, loyalty is everything. From what I see, when I seen on you know what I'm saying, $1 million worth of game, the interview you did. Where's the real remorse for the family? Just saying, especially the mom, because I didn't see it when I seen that video. All I seen was a guy basically sending out threats to one of the family members of the dude who got killed. Do you feel me? I don't get it, man. So anybody that's want to get in that life, look how these old gangsters is moving out here, man. Look at these old gangsters and how they moving. Pay attention. It's all in their actions. Just like with me. You go back and watch any of my videos. My action is positivity. My action is motivation. My action is to inspire. I'm not here to get reckless, talk about stuff that I don't know nothing about. I will talk about things like this that ties into a bigger play, a bigger message that I'm trying to convey with you. And that is, how gang are you? Do you feel? You know what I'm saying? How gang are you really? Because looking at this situation, I don't see the real benefit. I don't. I don't see the real benefit of being associated. I don't see the real benefit of being affiliated. I don't see a real benefit to the community. I really don't. Because, like I said, yeah, some good things that people do, but it's also the negative that people do as well. And I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just here to give you the chips, like I say. The sauce is the sauce. you know? And my whole thing is I just feel like this. If more people can be more stand up about their life and how they want to move in these streets, I mean, being stand up is the first thing you should be, in my opinion, because that's how I am. Once you start getting older, man, you got to really be a stand up individual about your life out here. Because if you're not a stand up individual, people will take advantage of you. Young or old, doesn't matter. And these so called gang, mob ties, you got to understand this. Overall, in general, I'm speaking, most of these gangs are affiliated or whatever you want to call them. They take advantage of the weak. That's the truth. They find a weakness in you, and that's what they focus on. So if you learn how to be a stand up individual about yours and understand your position and not allow somebody to dictate how you move, you will be better off. You will be better off because once you can start to understand yourself more and what you're not willing to do, when certain people come to you or certain events that come your way, you will know how to move out the way. Because you can't control other people, but you can control your own personal surroundings and how you get affiliated with individuals out here. So that's why I say, you want to be a stand up individual because if you don't want to be part of a gang, you don't want to be part of mob ties, you have to stand on that, just like how they stand on whatever they do. You know what I mean? It's not beneficial, man. Long term wise, you're looking at death or prison time. The choice is yours. You know what I'm saying? That's it. If you want to be a real gangster, like I said earlier, if you want to be a real gangsters is either dead or in jail. So which one do you want? Don't cry when you're looking at 20, 30 years. Don't have your head on the desk in court wondering why they snitch. That's part of the job, man. What they say, you knew what you signed up for. So don't cry now. Don't have your head on the desk now. Stand up tall and accept your fate, man. And that's why I say if you can be a stand up individual, you will be able to avoid a lot of that. You will be able to avoid that whole situation because you know what you're not willing to do. Because I grew up in that environment. I grew up on welfare. I grew up on Section 8 housing. And I'm in my 40s, so I know about standing walking to the community center, standing in that long line, getting that government cheese. And at a very young age, I knew this is not what I want. I knew at that point, as I started getting older, I did not want that life. I did not want to be low income housing forever. And I had relatives. I got a stepdad he was in prison for over 20 years. As a young child, a young adult, I probably seen him 5 times. So in my mind, that's not a lifestyle I want. You can't tell me, oh man, go do this for me. Do what? I'm not getting involved in that. See, that's real gangster to me. When you in a certain element or you get brought to a certain type of environment and you know what you stand for, that's gangster, not somebody that's a follower, that's somebody, you look up to and you allowing them to take advantage of you. Now, if you underage or if you being forced, that's a different thing. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a lot of these grown individuals talking about I didn't have a choice. No, you had a choice. You just didn't like the options that you had. Do you feel me? You didn't like your options. So you thought being affiliated with this mob tie, being affiliated with this gang, being affiliated with whatever street sign front, you know what I mean? Whatever street sign, stoplight, front porch that you want to be affiliated with to show that, oh, I'm down. No, what you should say is, I'm really a follower and I'm scared to stand on my own feet. I'm scared to go out there alone. You should really say that. Don't say you didn't have a choice. Say you were scared and you were a follower and you don't know how to stand up for yourself. That's what you should say as a grown individual out here. Don't tell me you didn't have a choice. Because I'm in the Bay Area, the Oakland area out here in California. We don't have actual gangs per se, but we still do have people claiming street corner stop signs out here. And I never been affiliated with any of it. Now, well, did have friends that was involved, but me directly being involved, no. Because I never seen the benefit. Because once you go to jail, they forget about you. Yeah, they'll send you a couple of packages, get you some oodles and noodles. But after a year or two, they forget about you, man. Know what I'm saying? Your so-called partner is at your baby mama house, man. And he not helping her with the groceries. So really pay attention to people's actions out here, man. And all these old so-called OGs, they so gangster, right? They so outdated. You all on the internet, man. Sending out warning messages like the feds ain't listening. And just because you delete it doesn't mean that they can't access it. You know what I'm saying? Just because you delete it, you took a photo. Oh man, take that down. It's already on a database, man. Whatever server. So if they get subpoenaed, any of these social sites, social media sites, they can get access to it even when you delete it. Just another tip I just want to give you. So, like I said in my other video, going corporate is a beautiful thing. Now, when I say going corporate, it's not necessarily going to a corporate job. It's a mindset, meaning you're not going to do criminal activity just because it's available to you. You chose to go out there and work. You chose to go to school. You chose to get a trade or go to school for a trade. You trying to do other things in your life to better yourself for your family, for your loved ones, for your community. That's what going corporate mean. I got a video for it. So anybody watching this new to my channel, please go back and watch my other videos because all I bring to you is nothing but good game. But going corporate is a beautiful thing because you don't have to look over your shoulder, see if somebody, oh man, I just did a jukes on somebody. I got them chains from them or robbed them for some bricks. Now you always looking over your shoulder. You can't even go to the grocery store without a chopper, huh? You can't even pump gas without having them things on you or having somebody with you. Is that the lifestyle you truly want? Yeah, you ball for 5 years, but you're doing 20 years in prison. Is it really worth it? Do you feel me? I don't get it, man. I do not get it. So ask yourself, how gang are you? How much time are you willing to do for your crew? You know what I mean? For your front porch, stop sign, stop light. How much time are you willing to do for that? I know you got it tattooed on your neck, on your hands. You know what I mean? When it's a pack of y'all, when it's like 5, 6 of y'all real hard then, right? Y'all real gangster then, right? In a sidebar, when it comes to a lot of these gang individuals, why take like a group of y'all to beat up one dude? You know what I mean? I gotta jump somebody, right? That's not stand up to me. I'm not promoting violence. That's not my point. My point is this: if you can't stand up on your own and you only can stand up when you have a group of people around you, how stand up are you really? If you only can you know what I mean, flex on somebody when it's a group of y'all, are you really flexing? You only holler family when you getting money. But when them tough times come, and that money not coming in, is it still love there? You know what I'm saying? So you got to really ask yourself before you get involved in any type of criminal activity, is it really worth it? Is it worth me losing my life or doing life in jail for? Is it worth it? How gang are you? And like I said, anybody watch my last video, I apologize because I forgot to turn my mic on. I don't know what happened. I think I was tired that night. I'm sorry. I gotta say that because I work a lot of hours, but I still bring this content to you. You know what I'm saying? I put out at least 3 to 5 videos a week. So, if you subscribe to my channel, you always gonna get something from me weekly. You know what I'm saying? That's my commitment because I'm a hardworking individual and I'm very passionate about my YouTube channel. So just know I'm always gonna bring that sauce to you. But you gotta understand that, man. And just move accordingly out here, man. And when I say move accordingly, meaning just understand your situation. Understand what you dealing with. Because there's the terms and conditions to everything you do, whether you accept that or not. The cell phone you using, the internet service that you using, the job that you working at, the corporation you working for, even loans. There's a terms and conditions. You can't just go get a loan for a car or a house, a personal loan, and not make those payments and think that nothing is going to happen. There's a terms and conditions. When you get on this microphone and you talk so reckless and disrespect so many different cultures, you don't think there's a terms and conditions? So why you don't apply that to your everyday life? The people that's around you should have a terms and conditions. I don't want just anybody around me just to have a friend. No. My life is valuable. Now I'm not putting a dollar amount on it. That's not my when I say valuable, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about how you value yourself as an individual and also your loved ones and people you're around. Like I don't just have anybody around me just to have people around. You have a purpose. We can kick it, we have fun, cool. But for me to be a friend with you, that comes with terms and conditions. Do you feel me? Because it's like everything you do, you have an ATM card, you use a bank or credit union, it doesn't matter. There's a terms and conditions. So why that doesn't apply in your relationships? Why that doesn't apply in your friendships? Why that doesn't apply in your behavior and how you move out here? Because you show me somebody with terms and conditions, I guarantee you I can show you somebody having success in their life because they have discipline about whatever they're trying to get after. That's the thing. When somebody is reckless all the time, at usually not all times, but most of the cases, their life is messed up as well. When you flip floppity, you don't know what you want to do. You work here, you quit there, you trying to figure out where you want to live, but you don't have the money. You don't have no structure. And when I talk about the gang, it's associated with that in the sense of that's what they look for in most cases is somebody that's not sure of themselves, somebody they can take advantage of. Oh, you got to check in. Why do I need to check in? Oh, to make sure you're safe when you're in my city. Oh, but I'm going to need this fee from you. Really? That's taking advantage of you. So that's why I say move accordingly out here. And if you're not about that life, don't get involved in that life. Because there's a whole nother world other than the street world. Because when I go on vacations, I'm not looking for the hood spots, no disrespect. For what? I'm trying to look at things that I feel that's motivational to me or somewhere I like pleasure going. Looking at a impoverished area is not pleasant for me, man. You know what I'm saying? To say that I'm a real individual in some type of low income, people struggling area, it's not gangster to me, man. If you go into those areas, you should be trying to help motivate in that area other than just go there and say, oh, I'm a gangster. Gangster for what? I don't get it, man. What are you gangster to? What are you gangster for? Because I don't know no gangster or gang that's beneficial to their community. It's always some deaths involved. There's some type of jukes going on, some type of criminal activity. So what's the purpose? Now I know not everybody is negative, but overall, in general, I am speaking. What's the real purpose? Because going back to the gang thing, right? From my understanding, gangs were to protect the community. What happened to that? The mob ties, what they say was to motivate something, mobilize. What are you motivating and mobilizing when a multimillionaire died in your hands, man? In your check in, man. So what is the motivation? Where's the mobility in that, huh? I'm just saying. I'm just speaking on the actual facts that's out there. I don't get it. I do not get it. You know what I'm saying? And if you asking me, if you have people in your gang or mob or whatever it is, what are they getting out of that? Outside of smoking, drinking, hitting the club, and robbing and killing folks. What are they really getting out of this? I thought this was for to help the community. Where's the help? Because in all these low income areas or so called, gang infested areas, I don't see where's the benefit at. Where is it? I mean, when you sign up to their gang or their mob, do you get a medical plan? You get a dental plan? Oh, my family they get health care or something. You know what I mean? I get a 401k, I get a pension involved with this. Because if I put in, let's say, you've been gangster for 30 years, right? When you're ready to retire, what do you get? But if I work at this job, I work at this Fortune 500 company, I put in that same amount of time. I get a pension, I get a 401k, I get a retirement plan, I get Social Security. I mean, those are not the cool things to hear, but that's the reality, though. That's real life. Do you feel? See, I'm not here to bring you the fluff. I'm not here to make things look pretty. I'm just here to give you the facts, the reality, and the motivation, you know? So make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Definitely would appreciate that. I appreciate you watching my channel. I know it's late. We're going to keep this going a little bit longer, you know? But I do want to speak about myself too, so you can get involved. Definitely know a little bit more about me. But like I said, I'm in the Bay Area, the Oakland area, California to be exact. And I dislike when people always say, well, not everybody, but a lot of people I meet, and I'll be asking them, when especially when they get to hollering that gang or I'm a gangster. Okay, why are you a gangster? Why are you gang? And a lot of those answers that I received when I asked that is that, man, I grew up in a certain area. I didn't have a choice. I'm like, really? You didn't have a choice? So you telling me everybody that grow up in a gang or a mob ties type area, right? Everybody is affiliated? I don't agree with that. Because if that was the case, why I'm not tied in with any gang or mob ties? Because I grew up exactly in those type of areas out here in the Bay Area. No cap, you know? And what happened to me was, I do have a situation when I was like, I want to say I was like around 12 years old. I used to deliver newspapers. Definitely, like I said, I'm in my 40s, so I'm definitely older. So I used to actually deliver actual paper newspapers. You know what I'm saying? And one night, what happens is Sunday papers back in the days used to have all the inserts like for the sales for the next week. But since I was a paper delivery boy, I used to get the Sunday inserts is what they call them on Saturday. So what I used to do instead of on Sunday deliver the Sunday paper with the inserts and the paper is hella big, I used to deliver the Saturday night. I used to deliver the inserts, which is the sale papers for the Sunday papers. I'll deliver that Saturday night. So one Saturday night, I'm delivering newspapers so I can make my Sunday load a lot less, make it easier for me to deliver. I happened to come across these group of dudes. You know what I'm saying? As I was delivering my newspapers, I'm 12 years old, keep in mind. So I'm delivering these papers, right? And I see these group of dudes standing over there, and I'm just doing my thing. I think I had my little Walkman playing. And one of them came, they start getting closer to me because I'm walking down the block, delivering the papers to the doors and keeping it pushing. You know what I mean? And they started surrounding me. And one of the dudes asked me, he said, hey Holmes, what set you claim or what color you claim? And me, keep in mind, I never wanted to be part of a gang. At a very young age, I knew I didn't want to be affiliated with any type of gang activity, just based on my family and how I seen all the negative things that happened to them. So my response, they didn't like, because what I said was, man, I ain't in no damn gang. And they kind of looked at me because I got kind of aggressive when I said it. I was like, man, I ain't in no gang. Man, I'm not in a gang. And it was like four or five of them. And they looked at each other. And as I turned to walk away, one of them hit me in my jaw, knocked me down. And these dudes, they had to be like 18, 19, 20. One of them hit me in the side of my head, or the side of my hit me in my jaw, side of my face, knocked me down. I was a skinny little kid. Kind of knocked me unconscious a little bit. I thought they was gonna stomp me out, but they was just standing around laughing at me. You know what I'm saying? So I got up, I ran back to the house and I told my stepdad. He went back over there and it was gone. So the point of me telling you this is that what a gang is about? Taking advantage of individuals, especially because it's a group of y'all. And because you felt so disrespected when this little 12-year-old boy say, I'm not in a gang. You know what I'm saying? Like a gang. Nah, I ain't in no gang. Just because this 12-year-old boy basically shitted on you and told you basically in so many words, like, forget y'all gang. I don't want to be a part of that. You felt so belittled by a little kid, you had to get violent with him. As you being an adult, you had to get a violent with a kid to show how gang, how mob ties you really were. I don't get it. So me feeling that way already, and by that happening to me, I'm definitely 100% against any gang activity. And that's my own personal experience directly. Not from what I heard, not what somebody else said. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no story I made up. That's real life. Do you feel? You know? And from that day forward, I didn't know it at the time. I was a stand up individual. How you love that? Huh? Little 12-year-old boy said, man, I ain't in no gang. They felt that energy. They didn't like that. They didn't like somebody was belittling their whole crew. Yeah, they got one off on me. He knocked me down. I'm not denying that. But how do you feel knocking down a 12-year-old boy, though? How gangster that made you feel, right? How gangster is that? That don't make no sense, man. But you want me to claim your street corner stop sign front porch. Do you feel me? That's what you want me to claim, huh? So I've been a stand up individual pretty much my whole life, even as a little kid. Saturday night, late at night, by myself, group of dudes. I could have said, I want to be down. Nah, I made that decision, even at that age. So don't tell me you didn't have a choice. Don't tell me, oh, it was my environment. Don't tell me, oh man, my family, this is what I grew up in. Don't tell me this is your only option. Do you feel me? Don't tell me that. You can tell them other individuals that, but don't tell me that. You make them excuses to somebody that want to hear that. You tell them excuses to somebody that, oh, really? No. And I'm not a gangster. I'm not a criminal. I don't do criminal activity. But when it comes to me and mine, I will move accordingly. Do you feel me? So how you love that? You know? And that's why my name is Sean B. Stoller. The B Stoller is because I'm a beast about my life. The Ola is the overdo it. I go well beyond the average. I go way well beyond just enough. I make sure I overdo it. So you get the point. You stand on what you stand on and you accept the terms and conditions. you know? So I hope you appreciate my video tonight or whatever time you watching this, because I know, you know what I'm saying, some folks may be out of the country, and I appreciate anybody watching my channel for any length of time, know it's a lot of podcasters out there, it's a lot of YouTubes out there, but you here watching me. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? And if you like this video, please go back and watch a lot of my other content. I have a lot of great videos. I also have a short series too called Miss Beautiful. You know, we could definitely hit the like button on that. This is something a little bit different, but I'm just trying to bring different sauce on this mic. You know what I'm saying? But just know this: I will always bring some type of positive, motivational, uplifting, elevating type of videos. I'm not here to just talk reckless. I'm here with a purpose. So if you're feeling this, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and keep rocking with me. You know? I am Sean B. Stoller. Until next time. Peace.